So, do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. Sean, how do you sum that up tonight?
Well, inevitably, we wanted to win the game, and we haven't done, albeit going to penalties, which is always a tricky one. From the team's point of view, after piecing together a team this morning with 3 players going down ill overnight, then, I think we've given as good as we can get with the players available. I think we've got 12 outfield players currently fit or not ill. So to piece that together this morning and deliver a performance that I thought could win, especially the chance we created. And I know that's been a challenge to us for, even before my time, taking them chances that kill a game. And we haven't done that tonight, but a lot of the performance was right enough to win a game.
What then do you take away from tonight? The fact that you obviously had to make so many changes and you got a performance, or purely got a performance?
You've got one morning, basically, because this morning we thought we had Miko, Dom and Jimmy, and we didn't all of a sudden. So you've got... you're talking about an hour's work to try and get the team to look like a team, and some haven't played together before. So I thought that was pleasing. They looked like a team who could tactically understand what was the challenge. Some of the play was good at times, effective. We opened them up enough times to go and win the game, but we didn't take chances, as I mentioned. And you go down on penalties. So that's the disappointing things you don't get through. We regardless of injuries, illness, I still, want the team to win, and I still put out a team that was the best we could, and I thought they delivered a performance that could win. And the 2 young lads, by the way, fantastic. Harrison making his debut is fantastic. He's 17 years old. He's done brilliant since he's been with the first team with us, and I thought he did really well to, it's not a team that are thriving at the moment, obviously, and to go in there and deliver a performance really pleased for him, and differently for Roman, he's a bit older and been around it a bit longer.
At this stage, how many you're likely to get back for the weekend? Obviously, he's building up to a big game against Leicester.
We certainly hope to get the 3 illnesses back. From what we know so far, it's a passing bug. At times like this, it feels like everything's against you. That's the way, it can do. A couple of the others, Taki, we're hopeful on. And the rest, probably unlikely. We'll have to wait and see.
Obviously, it's the last time a League Cup tie will be played at Goodison Park now. The last kick was Ashley's missed penalty. But there was also, when he was brought on, there seemed to be a reaction from the crowd as well. How do you sum that up? How does that impact you?
That's a tough thing about football. It's a tough industry, and crowds have opinions about varying players, and that's one of them things. He's certainly a tough customer, that side of things. Mentally, there's no problem there. Keno's had his question. I thought Keno played very well tonight and showed his worth to the side with a couple of moments second half of top quality defending when he's having to clear things from under his, or certainly in his 6-yard goal with sort of calmness. That's one of them things. The demand on myself is high, and that's the way it goes. I totally understand it. Young is old enough and wise enough to know this is the way the industry is sometimes, but I think he's a fantastic professional, and I think everyone knows that within our group, and that's just one of them things. The fans have a right to say whatever they want to say. I've never questioned the fans there, and I'm certainly not going to.
Did you see it as a reaction to Ashley? I just wondered whether it was because Beto was being withdrawn as well.
I don't know. I just probably, my gut feeling tells you what your gut feeling was, which was it was probably that. But only the fans will know, really. But like I say, it's not. I'm going to start questioning fans. They've been amazing since I've been here. There was a recent story, part of it, and it was all a load of nonsense. But unfortunately, nonsense sells. The truth doesn't.
How do you lift them, though? Once again, as I say, this game against Leicester coming up at the weekend, it feels like each week before you.
Well, the truth of the moment is that, and you certainly know, we've had a lot of challenges since I've been at the club. It's been a constant challenge, more or less. So this is another one of them. And last season we had a very similar start. We were creating lots of chances, couldn't score goals. The difference was we were tight in games, and we haven't been tight. We're aware of that. And a couple of things have really gone against us with injuries in pre-season, all of that. But the fact is, it's a very similar start. It's been there for 4 seasons now. I think they had 4 points after 6 games 3 seasons ago, 2 seasons ago, last season. That type of thing. That's a bit that I'm going, well, where does that come from? But we can't change it all overnight, but we've sort of got to. We've got to get back to winning ways, and it's got to be the next game, and I'm well aware of that, trust me.
Sure.
Cheers. Any other questions? Sinead?
Hi, Sean. Did it feel a bit flat today from the off? Because display?
No, I was really pleased with the team's performance from the off. Like I say, you pieced it together in 1 hour this morning when we found out who was missing. So I'm really pleased with that. The fact of taking on a game, they're a Premier League outfit, we know that. They've got a big squad. And I thought the performance from that side of things was pleasing from the off.
Is it a missed opportunity? He could have gone through on penalties, but he ended up...
The players practiced penalties this morning like we do, and they delivered them very well. So, that's the thing. It's different when you're in front of a crowd, obviously.
Well, sorry, we'll come back to you.
Sure. Sean, you mentioned the slow starts now over a number of years. Have you been able to pinpoint any patterns or any trends, particularly in your time here?
Well, I thought last year was a clear, well documented, as it happens, case of not taking chances. This year has been affected by injuries, which is not ideal. Players missing a lot of pre-season, but we've still had the chance to win games. Obviously, the last 2 games particularly, and tonight we've had chance again tonight to win games. So. But if it's been a longer term thing, then you're just scratching your head going, well, why is that? But like I say, you can't find every answer each week that you find, and that's what I'm attempting to do. And it's a tough industry to do that, but that's my job, is to find answers, short term, middle term, and long term. The first thing is short term, quite obviously. So we need to win games.
Another set piece goal conceded tonight, albeit with different personnel. How concerned are you about the record? It's been good in previous years and a few examples.
Yeah, it's been very good under ourselves. Attacking the ball is always the biggest thing, and any team that you work with, ball comes in the box, you having the clarity to attack it. Sometimes that comes with confidence, the edge of confidence and the edge of belief in doing that. But that will return because we've got players who do know how to do set pieces, know how to attack and defend set pieces. Our record suggests that quite strongly, as you know.
It looked like Dwight was picking up Harwood, Bellis. Was that right? Was he the one tasked with?
No. It's the zonal idea, not zonal setup, but creating people who can stop runs and leaving your key headers to head the ball. The setup's been what we did last season, but adjusted for the personnel. And we've had 20 minutes this morning to adjust virtually every player. So I don't think it's the same thing when that happens. You've got new players coming in, trying to adjust their positioning, at lastminute.com. So I think it'd be bigger picture if it was the same people all the time, but it's a different group today.
Thank you.
Well,
Sean, sorry, you said about Tarkowski. Has he got an injury, has he? Or is he...
Yeah, he's back. He's been fighting his way through it. We're hopeful it settles down in time for the weekend.
And Garner Gay tonight wasn't in the squad?
He's got a personal issue with his father, unfortunately, which obviously we wish him well with that. And so he's had to travel back.
Sorry. A few fans are asking why Beto was brought up. Obviously, he was your only striker on the pitch and on the bench. What the thoughts behind that?
Just trying to adjust the team to go and win a game. We didn't think that we were getting the chance we wanted, so trying to change the style. Illy's kind of a different player, as you know. Wriggles gets turned, breaking the back line, that sort of thing. So just trying to affect a game to win it. We've got currently one fit striker. So, it's unlikely they're going to play every minute of that game tonight. So we're just trying to affect a game to go and win it.
okay, thanks, Fox.
There's another one there.
Did you have a question there?
Hi, Sean, Hamza here. One last question from myself. It wasn't the best of results, but it's a really good experience for Harrison Armstrong to be playing 60 minutes, starting the game as well. He had a really good battle against Adam Lallana today. Can you just give us a bit of your thoughts on how he started at 17?
Was a young player who's shone brightly from pre-season. The youth team sort of coaches mentioned him to us and said, look, he's the first one up. And he's done great, and we'll be keeping him with the group. I think he can develop further, quite obviously. But it'd do him the world of good, and fantastic for him and his family to get him out there playing at Goodison tonight. So I'm really pleased for him as an individual. So it didn't go our way, but he certainly gave everything he could, and he'll learn quickly because he's a very good player, I think.
Absolutely, and with someone like James Garner in the side as well, and Idrissa Gueye in the side, will have a lot of experience to be working with as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of why we want him up with the first team training. I mean, he's been unfortunate so far because we haven't had a full squad to train with, but when we do, as you rightly say, then players rub off on you, not just the coaching staff, but the way you train, the way they work, and all the habits that you find from them sort of pros.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks, Fox.
Thank you. Cheers. See you later.